All right, welcome everyone to the Mark Peralta after party. Of course, we've got the guest of honor. Mark is with us, and jumping back into the chair of destruction. Mikey Famine is with us. I don't know what he's doing. We got another Mike right below me. Michael Earhart is with us. We have apparently my new internet girlfriend Alma Tadero is with us as well tonight, and Stephanie is just sort of fading into the picture here. Racing Queen Stephanie is with us, and Allison and Miles are with us. And right now, Allison is here with us in the after party, and Miles is arguing on Twitter. So there you go. You've been updated.
We might have to jump out so that he can continue this argument with this Christian because it's hilarious.
Okay. All right. That's fair. Hi, Angie. Angie Dell. Hi. And Dr. Ben will be joining us as well shortly. So
sometime
he's doing some doctory type things. So
once he finishes ripping somebody's lungs out.
yeah. Giving him what is that? The what do they call that? The eagle, something eagle. The Vikings used to do that.
Blood eagle.
I really don't know.
Blood eagle. Yeah.
Blood eagle. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you watch that show, Vikings?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah! That was a great show. I like Floki. He was my favorite.
Viking medical procedures.
Yeah. I don't know which one would be worse. There's that, the bloody eagle, and then there's the one where you put the guy between the two boats, and you make him eat nothing but honey, and you let the bugs get at him. That one's gross.
Oh yeah.
That seems like a mixture between the coat someone with honey and let that and bury him in the sand and I don't know. It seems like a hybrid somehow or another between Vikings and desert tribes.
The Persians, I think, did that first. I could be wrong.
Who put the cages over your head and stuffed them with rats and
torture? It's true.
I find it fascinating, like I'm going to go down a morbid route, but I find it fascinating the technology that people have come up with to like inflict suffering on other human beings.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like it's fascinating, like but really, really messed
what about
up.
The person that has to design these things? You got to think that.
Speaking of torture, look at what Mikey's got.
Oh no! What?
I made a bad decision.
Yeah, we can see that.
I'm gonna put that right next to me here, so I can just easily.
You were saying the guy who made it. I saw that the guy who made there's a brass bowl or a copper bowl, the size of a bowl, and they'd stick a human in it, and then they'd heat the belly of it.
Yep.
And through the mouth of it, they had horns so that when he would scream, it would come out sounding somewhat like a bull. But the guy who invented that, you were talking about the guy who invents these.
We're talking about the brazen bull.
Yeah, the guy who invented it, they put him in there.
So they tried it with him?
That's ironic.
What the actual fuck are you talking about?
He presented this medieval torture device to a king as a gift. And he said, "So it works?" He said, "Oh yeah." He said, "Get in.
Get in there. Get in
now.
Whoa!
Get in there, and we're gonna see if it works."
Yeah, but did they leave him in, or did they?
Now, what medieval king did that? Because that's really kind of weird.
Yep.
It is fucked up. They let him out, and he was so seriously burned and already suffering, and then they led him to a ledge and pushed him over a cliff. So I don't know.
How nice of them.
Yeah.
Now that'll cure anything, I guess.
Yeah.
So, Mark,
pretty much.
What do you got there?
So a little, I think it's called curly maple pipe.
Curly
I know, but what's in the pipe?
Oh, it's in the butt. It's like
A mint.
it's some sort of blend of kind of tobacco and bourbon kind of flavored stuff.
Oh, it's
There you go.
tobacco. Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
Disappointed.
Neil. It's Prince Edward in a can.
He's not imbibing.
So you see his T-shirt right there, down there.
Yeah, 420.
It's 420.
Hmm.
That's what I thought you were up to.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, that already took place. I'm already
I'm already
We're in
trail
time.
blazing.
yeah.
Yeah, I should probably roll one up too, huh?
I think I'm going to.
So, Mark, I missed most of the of your show, which I apologize for. I'll catch up on it later. But you mentioned the Caribbean. Are you on the continent, or are you on an island?
So, I mean, I'm currently in Texas, but I've traveled
Okay.
quite a bit to the Caribbean. As a kid, I lived in Cartagena, so I was right off the beach. And but then later, I've gone back and visited a few places. Been to U.S. Virgin Islands, Grand Cayman Islands,
Ooh, nice.
St. Thomas. We've done a lot of Cancun. We love Cancun. We do that. We try to do that once a year, at least. Cancun.
Did you ever meet Ted Cruz while you were in Cancun? by any chance?
Oh no.
No, they will-
That's good.
Well, there probably wasn't a fucking
checking.
blizzard. There probably
There
wasn't a
probably wasn't
blizzard going on
blizzard
for
in
him.
Texas.
So
now we put a sign on the airport where it says "Don't throw your garbage over here."
That's right.
and Ted Cruz says that's racist against my Canadian side. Yeah, thanks Canada. You gave us Ted Cruz.
Hey, whoa.
You gave us Ted
Fuck
Cruz.
you.
and
You
You know what? I'm not
Peterson.
accepting
I mean,
responsibility
Jesus.
for that. I refuse.
Not our fault.
Don't be blaming it on us. He was just born here. That's all. Live down there.
You had a chance to do something.
We didn't know he was going to turn out to be a douche canoe.
You could have steered him in the right direction from an early
Oh,
path.
you could,
didn't.
you could
let him
see it when
go
he was a
wild.
teenager. Yeah.
No,
You could see it
there's
when he
no
was a
fixing
teenager.
that.
And you know, Michael, were you there?
No, there's some video of him.
The
There's a
rocks were
video of
there.
him at a mall. You
Oh.
need to see it if you haven't seen Teenage Ted Cruz at a mall. Please
I'm
Google that.
I really don't want to see Teenage Ted Cruz.
Right?
For the
Well, you
record,
don't.
I really don't. I think
Me?
it's like
For the record,
No.
I've had Oye Como Va stuck in my head since you said that word. So now I'm going to start listening to it in the background. Hopefully that'll start to flush it out of my system. I've literally been...
oh, Niels, please no.
Huh? What?
Nothing.
No, you could just.
I just dropped you guys in my crotch. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's what that was.
Again.
Look, you're going to have to stop. People are going to start talking.
Yeah.
Ooh,
What
you
will
know
Philip
what?
say?
Mark, how opposed to you recording just some clips? Because I'm a producer, so like I could always use some Latin percussion sounds for my kit. If you ever get time, just like give me some. Like I'm hearing like the fish scrapey dude. I'm hearing a lot of fish scrapey dude in here. I'm like, man, I don't have none of that. Or yeah.
Yeah, man. Sure. You can jam out.
So
Did you ever
what do you
do,
guys? So what do you guys think about Dr. Ben?
I'm about to.
He's
I'm
not
about to
here.
partake
We
in,
can talk about him.
in some sort of drug now, and I might need his permission to do so.
I'm just saying, like, I really think harsh opinions about Dr. Ben. Let's all share our harsh opinions about Dr. Ben.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Mikey, shut the f up! He's
Oh,
here.
man. Oh man.
Yeah.
How long
As
have
if
you
as if
Bye.
nobody here knows Mikey's tactic.
How long have you been listening?
Mhm.
Is it
Since
secret? Is it
Tuesday.
safe? Can I go in there? Because I don't know. These people are weird.
It's not safe. It's never been safe.
No, you're right there, Ben. It has never been safe.
What, here?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all are weird people.
All right, Neil. You have this is not a safe space.
It's a safe space in terms of like safety, but in terms of like
Yeah.
sanity, that's a different story. It's not.
Oh,
It's not
I
safe.
see.
Canada?
in that
It's
way.
safe in terms of safety. That's absolutely true, Ben.
Yes,
How
yes.
true that is. That's epistemologically sound.
Yes.
We have like crazies and we racists and
Here?
all sorts in Canada.
Oh, I meant in my stream.
In the stream.
Oh no, not in the stream. I thought that you were saying in Canada. Sorry.
Oh no,
we
in the
got-
stream.
We got them all here too in Canada. Yes, absolutely. We even have
Sorry.
fucking Trumpers if you can go figure that one out.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
there's
Why do you have
Trumpers
Trumpers in
everywhere.
Canada? That is crazy.
I don't know.
Did they want Trump? Did they want the guy to rule?
Yes,
the
they do. They
Oh,
do.
fuck off.
Yeah.
American
That's-
There-
that's
migrants.
definitely
disturbing.
there is Trumpers in Cancun. So
Oh,
living
what?
here in Cancun.
Well, Ted Cruz was in Cancun. I mean, yes, of course there are Trumpers in Cancun.
I call them Raphael.
Usually they leave at some point.
I'm
I
sorry.
find-
that's right.
I find the whole thing with Trump like just baffling.
Hmm.
You know, like it's like a type of global insanity.
virus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's funny because
it-
apparently trans
it's-
people, trans people are the social contagion, but not the MAGA. MAGA is obviously not a social
no
contagion.
the global insanity
ridiculous.
is actually within living memory. Like 90 years ago or so, there was this other guy.
But
that,
that's-
you know,
Dr. Bennett, if you could just come up with a vaccination for him.
My theory is that human beings go through periods of insanity on a cyclical basis.
Well, I don't know about
Or
that.
they're just
just
like
human
that all
beings.
the time. They're just like that all the time.
But there
Yeah.
seems to be some sort of culmination like every little while.
And they just
Like,
find
is it-
different things to obsess over. And
Yep.
yeah,
I-
but they're
you know,
always
I don't-
bad.
Yeah, you're right.
And you notice how like religion is very
up.
opportunistic and takes advantage of like bad situations or bad economies or bad
Yep.
bad things going on in the world, and that's when they want to emphasize their message. And Trump's become kind of a celebrity cult. That's he's very much kind of a form of messianism, if
Yeah.
you will.
Oh,
Oh, yes,
I
yeah.
heard that
I mean,
pastors actually saying that he is the son of the son of man.
The new Messiah.
Kind of-
I guess?
Yeah, there
That's
is
hilarious.
that bit of the cult that is kind of going there, which is unbelievably batshit crazy. But what are you going to do? They're unbelievably batshit crazy. Since the dawn of the species, there have been batshit crazy people.
Yeah.
We have evolved along with the batshittery for hundreds, 100,000 years plus, and I just maybe what was left over in Lesko is like the less batshittery kind of thing with the bulls and all of that stuff, or maybe it was those people were the batshittery people. I don't know what we're going to leave
But have you
behind.
noticed that before
But
Trump,
I
there
do
was
know
nobody else
this.
doing
I do know this. I need to refill my drink.
I just noticed before Trump, there was nobody else doing this in the world. There was no cult of Putin. There was no cult of
Oh, yes, there
Bolsonaro.
was.
Well, there was a cult of Putin. I
Oh,
think
yes, there
was.
was.
Dude,
They're
I
definitely.
know.
Always,
But
there's always a
been
cult
but-
personality somewhere.
but with Trump, it's been weaponized.
Dude, Putin's been in place since Y2K. January 1st, 2000 was his
So
first
in
day in office,
Russia,
and he
in
never
in
left.
Russia, but
He was
worldwide
really
though.
powerful long before that, though.
Yeah, he was an oligarch before that, which is
Don't-
how he became
Don't
president.
get me wrong. I'm not saying not in Russia. I'm saying worldwide the way Trump is.
Well, no,
This is
but
not-
think
this
about
isn't
but
really
think about
known.
how we're seeing Trump from our country, whereas like Putin was probably seen in the same way from like the people in Russia, right?
Okay, I
But
guess
I mean,
Like, if you can think of like Mel Gibson from Lethal Weapon, if that character, what was his name? Murdoch.
yeah, Murdoch.
Yeah,
Murdoch.
I think it was. That
So
thing.
so if that guy was real, that's what Putin is to Russia. Because he's ex-KGB, he's like, you know what I mean? He gets down and dirty, he's a man's man. He's like toxic masculinity, the president.
Oh,
So he's very he appeals to a lot of people on a lot of basal levels. That's a big word for me.
if you want a link, Sabrina, you got to message one of us because it
Let me check him
saves
out.
us from having to search through the messages.
I think she
There it
did
is.
Mikey a little while ago.
She did Mikey. Oh,
Yeah, she did
Oh.
Mikey a while ago.
I
Didn't
didn't
even
wanna
wake
know that.
didn't even
Oh,
wa-
my.
didn't even wake me up.
Your wife's not going to be too happy.
No, she's gonna be pissed. What do we lose?
Ben, I haven't spoken to you in a while. We were talking, via messages
Yeah.
that we haven't hung out for a little while. So, how
And
you
I'm
been?
paying against it, Putin.
I've been busy as fuck because I'm in
I
residency.
figured.
So yeah, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. It's
Sweet
great
Mike,
though.
or-
It's been a lot.
What are you doing your residency on?
Family medicine.
Oh, nice.
So Neil, I have an idea.
Yes.
I need to monetize all of these eyeballs. So I'm just going to casually slip one of my songs into
no.
the chat per stream for
Okay.
whatever I think is appropriate
Oh, yeah,
for
yeah.
the guest. So
Sure,
just
Yeah, like
you guys
butt
get a
snake.
second. Go get. Well, Butt Snake is unreleased. I mean, if you know, you know. Like only a certain amount of people even know. And I actually saw that somebody made Nut Snake.
When are you releasing butt snake? When
Nut,
is it
no,
gonna be-
Nut Snake is what you were waiting on. Nut Snake. Nut Snake is out. I saw Nut Snake. The song Nut Snake is on SoundCloud
Okay,
right now.
but why
Hello,
is
hello.
butt snake not released, and why won't it be released?
I mean, if you're good at something, never do it for free.
that's right.
iTunes for $13.99 a download. I got you right where I want you. I know only y'all want.
I would pay that for butt snake. Like there's only one song on this planet I would pay that much money for, and it's butt snake.
And because you passed the test of purity, I will send it to you for free.
Well, you already sent it to me.
Oh, I did. Oh, yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
even have it for fuck's sakes. And
Don't
I'm the
give
one
it to
that
him.
this all songs
Send it to
made
Neil.
up about.
Send it
for
to
fuck's
Neil.
sake.
No, don't send it to Neil. I want Neil to be the only person without a copy of that. Oh, Allison dropped. That's all right.
How does that track? Using a
Well, the
musical
deal is so you'll get butt snake as soon as you complete the
Trials.
building of Starwort. You have to complete it.
Oh,
And then you get butt snake.
Oh.
Yeah.
And if you don't have it anymore, then you need to go buy another one so that we can
And then
fucking
you can
finish
build
our
it.
joke.
I'm not buying another Star Wart.
Look,
Don't.
dude, you could probably
Yeah,
get a
but
mad
it's here
cheap if you
somewhere.
look for it.
Well, then you're not. That's fine. But you're not getting butt snake then. Like those are the terms.
Star Wars is a crime
That's
against
fine.
Lego.
Yes, yes, Sabrina, yes.
I haven't been able to buy Lego in such a long time, but like I am still very much a Lego kid at heart.
Sabrina's just brown nosing about the whole like enemy against Lego thing because
got
we
this
all
for
know
buying
that
a lot.
Star Wars
Oh,
is the
look at that.
supreme building set.
Oh,
You
let me
can't buy
see if
this in
I can,
stores. I got it because I paid like $250 plus for a bunch of Legos, so they sent this and another one too.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. Oh man, we
You gotta
can't
give
see
it.
it. 'cause
So
it's
you said like
One of these.
$200 plus. That's like a single set, right?
That's one of them, yeah. But I bought 2 sets, so I ended up getting that one, and I got this
Thing.
this thing too.
That was more a comment on how prohibitively expensive Lego is,
Oh yes, it is.
especially in Canada.
Hey, Sabrina, you know who else likes Lego?
Who?
Little kids. You know who can't defend their Lego? Little kids. Just take their shit. You're like, hey, yo, let me build this with you. Give me that shit, motherfucker.
Okay.
And then you just jack these little,
Here's
jack the
the
little
thing,
rich
Mikey.
kid in their Lego.
Here's
Yo,
the
cool
thing,
Millennium
Mikey.
Falcon. Thanks.
If there was ever going to be a story where a 30-something person tries and fails to steal Lego from some kids, I will be that person. So I'm not going to try.
Mr. Richards gonna be there kicking and screaming. Damn it! I almost had it.
Pretty much. That's pretty much who I am.
So this is coming from a position of defeat. You need to think positively. You need to go into this like, I'll just sweep uppercut them
No.
like in Mortal
I
Kombat.
am positive.
Jack the Lego,
I
and then
am
hop on a
positive
bird
as to
scooter.
what the
You need
result
the
is.
Jawas.
That kid.
You need the fucking Jawas. That's what
Have you
need.
considered
Yeah.
hiring Jawas to steal Lego for you?
Okay, how do I hire
Well, I'd have to build them
of
first.
any
You can
variety?
also
Neil is building
as
them
an
right now.
alternative,
Build them
Sabrina,
right now.
Neil's
as an
building them as we
alternative, you
speak.
can also go to a Christian kid and tell them that those Legos are devil possessed.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It's
They will
Satan
give
blocks.
it to you.
It's literal
Yeah.
blocks of
There's
Satan.
Lucifer Legos.
Have you heard of the body of Christ? Well, these are the Lucifer blocks. You don't
Lucifer.
want to touch those with your bare hands. That's how the Satan gets in.
I'll tell you what. I'll build.
That's
you
how the
some
Tower
Jawas.
of Babel
You
was
know
built.
what's hilarious is that they believe it.
Those are individual bricks of the Tower of Babel. I know it to be
That was
true.
that was my parents with Pokemon, actually.
They told me
Oh, really?
Pokemon
Pokemon.
was devilish. Yeah.
Our church.
Yeah.
You want to know
said-
why? You want to
Our
know
church-
the one thing, the one reason, the one thing that they saw, they're like, nope. Fact that Pokemon evolve.
Oh,
Oh my god.
They told at my
with
little
that,
church.
it was
they
off
told
limits.
At my little church, they told us that it was pornography.
I thought body of
It's
Christ.
like
I
third generation.
I was like, wait a minute. Just because
thought
the
body
only
of Christ. I'm sorry.
just because the only animation you've ever seen from Japan was hentai does not make Pokemon hentai. You told on yourself is what that was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is
I thought-
pornography. It's like, no, you watch pornography.
Can we make?
I thought-
butt snake
I
porn?
thought body of Christ was a hair conditioner, but you know.
I want to see. I want to see the Starwort and butt snake porn.
Real 52 or whatever the fuck it is.
Rule 34.
That's
come on,
And that's-
Ben.
Ben. That's pretty niche. That is really niche right there. Butt snake and yay.
Oh, bet you can find it somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure you can, but that's what I mean by niche.
I bet tons of mice has already made this a thing.
One can only
You
hope.
will.
He
That's
sent me
Rule
over
35, by the way.
35. Thank you.
Yeah. Rule 34 is there's porn of it. Rule 35 is if you find something that there is no porn of, it will be made. And Rule 35B is 50% of that will be made by tons of mice.
You know, I'm glad that the errata came out on Rule 35 because I would have been lost. I'm
The
trying to
rules
find
of
that
the
fucking
internet
picture
are
again.
pretty big, actually.
Neil, that picture is actually really hard to track down because no matter what you search, you just get Star Wars.
Really?
I'm having issues seeing the stream on YouTube.
Really?
Are we down?
Really? Oh
Yeah, I
my
can see it
God.
on Twitch, but I can't see it on
I-
YouTube.
Let me just
It's the
check into the
Russians.
matter. It is undoubtedly the Russians.
Oh,
We're good.
by the way, just regarding YouTube, Billy Boy Blue got the exact
Questions?
wording proper. If it exists, there is porn of it. That is the exact wording of Rule 34.
What is
I'm
that
having
And then Rule
absolutely
35
no
is if there's no porn of
difficulty.
it, it will be made. Or
Right, but who made
Oh, now
that?
I'm
Like,
seeing
where did
it.
it come from?
Okay.
Just Reddit? Like, where did that originate?
Of the
Oh,
dude.
the rules of the internet predates Reddit by quite some time.
Well,
Bunch of
who's
people
been
got
solidifying?
together.
Well, who's solidifying these things? Where can I find them?
I don't know if it started from 4chan, which I don't
You got
touch
your
anymore.
solidification.
Oh, I'm not going
right
in there.
here.
I'm
Yeah,
not,
no.
I'm not
I don't
going in
know.
there.
Like that is where I encountered it way back when. Either I don't know if 4chan has always been shit, but before I knew 4chan was shit.
Yes.
And-
Yes.
Yes.
It's been shit since I've been going online since the 80s. It's been shit.
Okay, fair enough.
Did you know that star wart is a plant?
What?
Well, I know that now.
Did you know
Yeah.
you can get St. John's wort, which is star wort,
Yep.
in an extract bottle?
Oh, I'm seeing a
That
picture of
sounds
this.
disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can have liquid star wort right in a little tincture under your tongue. That's probably safe.
I'm sorry. you
It's
wanna
not.
talk about what?
It's
What is
not.
that
Those-
Spawned by
for?
4chan. Of course, it was
What is
spawned by
that even
4chan. I
for?
forgot about rules 1 and 2.
Uh,
1 and
Ben-
2 are a 4chan specific rule. Which I
Ben,
think
if
Bob
you
knows
close
is part
up,
of the rules.
if you close up that 4chan window and the 8chan window that might be right next to it, you might be able to catch the stream. That's all I'm suggesting.
No, I can see the stream now. It was something with my browser was lagging or something.
Big
That's
lags, lag
Yeah.
bots, lag switch. Puff the lagging dragon. I can't find it, dude.
What?
It's just so upset. I can't find the picture again. I wanted to show everybody and put it on screen, but it's a background. I can't make the background the foreground unless I take everyone's picture out, and that's crazy. So I was like, I'll just re-Google the picture. There is no way to find shit again. Like, I feel like I'm making more piles as I search. It's just getting
Okay.
messier. I'm adding to the internet every time I search this.
It is a devious plot.
So, Mark, what's your fantasy realm of choice? Are you like the futuristic space guy? Are you the superhero guy? The Lord of the Rings high fantasy guy? What's your fantasy du jour?
Yeah, I really got into the Lord of the Rings,
Yeah, dude.
and I'd say that's maybe like my most favorite one of all. But I'm into Star Wars, and I like comic stuff too, but I'm not like a real fan of either one or
Marvel or DC?
or Marvel, whatnot.
Are you just kind of enjoying the movies as they come out, and then you're a little confused why everybody's so mad at each other?
Right? Yeah, I try to follow up, with do a little research before we head
Yes,
over
me
to
too,
the
yeah.
theater and whatnot. But yeah, it's hard to keep
like
up
that.
for sure.
All right.
And I
there
don't
you
know.
go.
I don't know how many of everybody.
Jawa.
There you go.
Uh,
Like show of hands.
See, the-
Who grew up reading comics?
Oh, yeah.
me.
Not really.
So like
Some,
half.
not a lot, but I did read
But I-
comics.
But that's half of a group of super nerds. Like we're all nerds about something, and
I
only
had
half of us
But-
read comics.
Boxes of them.
But the comics were for me I call Dot. I tell Dirt to get off my lawn. So the comics for me as a kid were DC and Marvel. The classic, the Stan Lee and the Batman and Superman and Green Lantern and Spider-Man and all that stuff.
Adam, Flash.
Yeah, all that crap. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they were there. They were just comic books. They were kind of
Sad
this is kind of fun.
people.
I was kind of more into like
Skins.
the alternative stuff. Like,
Like what?
well, for example, I read the shit out of The Crow,
Yeah, The Crow was good.
right? So Dark Horse, like a lot of Dark Horse
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yep.
stuff.
Dark Horse is good.
I really liked
Those
the
are some
map.
good titles.
I
Which?
loved map.
Max?
Like it was. Have you ever heard of it?
Max? Like MAXX?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah. So I loved that series. And I followed it pretty closely. But
I was keen on the Fantastic Four in the Marvel pantheon, if you will. And I'm trying to think in DC. I was more partial to.
Doom
Actually, I
Patrol.
was partial to Batman and Supergirl. Those two. Superman left me a little cold.
Batman's my favorite by far.
Batman too, yeah, for me.
I'm talking.
Little mama had to go get her vaccinations. So like at the pediatrician, there's all these different kinds of each, like room number 1 is this animal room, and there's like all these pictures of animals. And room number 2, it's space, and there's all these planets. So we were in the Marvel room, and she locked eyes with like a Spider-Man mask on the wall, and she's like, I was like, oh no, not Spider-Man. Not the nerd. All right. Well, at least Miles Morales is around.
Are you down? You're just not down with Peter Parker. You just think he's just.
I never really
like
dug Spider-Man.
like a kind of a creep.
He never really used his powers right to me. Like he's got like brute fucking strength.
The charm of Spider-Man is exactly that. He's a clumsy adolescent. You know,
Dude, he has
that's the
super
charm.
crazy tensile grip strength in his fingertips and 10 times gorilla strength. He can just go like this and just tear your body apart, just shred you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But he always just web you up, and he broke out of the web, and there he goes again. I guess I'll catch the hobgoblin next time. No,
And in
take
most
out the
in most
thread.
continuities, Spider-Man's webbing isn't even a consequence of his spider powers.
Yeah, he had to fucking
Something he
engineer it
invented.
because he's so smart. I don't know.
I do very much appreciate a lot of the more modern iterations, more recent iterations of Spider-Man or Spider.
That's all crap.
Like,
Get
being
off my lawn.
Like, it's not that I dislike Peter Parker. I
There's
think
Uncle Ben.
certain interpretations of Peter Parker I don't like, but I do like. I'm really digging Miles. I really like Miles.
You know,
I have
one,
to
I
say.
know. And I
One-
think that's
okay.
the cool thing about Spider-Man right now is like the way that it's evolved in like the newer movies is just it's so
There's a
refreshing.
Spider Verse. Like,
It's so
seriously.
refreshing. It's so different.
Mhm.
You know,
And,
they took this
yeah.
kind of like old, kind of cliched idea, and they did something new with it, which is just amazing. And the artwork
Not
is
new.
just phenomenal.
Okay. It's not new. Not by a long shot.
You're new.
Spider Verse
Right
has been
on,
around
Neil.
for a long time.
Bring it,
Yeah,
Neil.
it's a
I'm
pretty old story,
here for
actually.
this. Bring it.
So
I
One of
am
the first
here for this.
renditions of the Spider Verse that we were introduced to in the early, well, I'd say late 70s was the
Mhm.
introduction of Peter Porker, Spider Ham.
Mhm.
Probably
By
one
the
of
way,
the first.
is a spider who was bitten by a radioactive pig.
Yes.
Just to make sure people understand that, because it makes it even funnier.
I like Spiders Man.
I
Where
was
that
gonna
version of
bring
Peter
up
Parker
Spiders, man.
Fell
Oh
into
man,
a pit of radioactive spiders, and they consumed him, and they became him.
yep, yeah. Pit of radioactive spiders consumed him. There were
So
even-
it's actually
not
a
even his bones were
long-standing.
left, and then they absorbed his consciousness and became a hive
Yes,
mind
exactly.
kind of group of spiders. There's also a secondary character. I don't think he was in the same universe as Spiders Man, but where one of Peter Parker's bullies finds out he's Spider-Man and goes and tries to find the spider that gave him the spider powers. He finds it, but it's dead, and so he eats it, and then he just sort of he melts into a bunch of spiders, and I think he becomes known as the Thousand, and is
The
killed
Thousand.
off pretty
That's
quickly.
exactly right. Yeah.
The
Yeah. Oh
Thousand.
yeah. Like
I got it right.
May I-
Awesome.
May I just say how much I adore you, Sabrina, and
Get a room.
for recalling this. I'm in a fucking room. Give me a break. Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry for taking this.
No, really, I'm serious.
I love
That's wonderful stuff, and you're absolutely right. It's always been. Hey, let's tell another story. You know, that's all that's going on. But back then, they didn't have any AI to make them up. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. No.
Philippine might
I mentioned AI and the writers.
I'm
sorry.
already triggered. Don't worry.
I know.
I'm already triggered.
I'm sorry, Mikey. My apologies.
I'm just saying this right now. There's gonna be a day where my ridiculous, crazy, uncouth, paranoid ass standing out in the town square with my cardboard sign saying "Just unplug it" will all ring true. I'm crazy now, but I won't be crazy in 10 years. I promise you that. Turn it off, all of it, now and forever. Destroy it.
Neil, I think Mikey just destroyed your channel.
Just destroy it. Destroy the AI now.
What?
While you still
The
can.
AI. I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh.
Before we go on, I just my brain is on Spider-Verse stuff right now. There is a particular Spider-Man. Let me see. Spider-Man from Earth 5/19/14. If you know, you know.
Yes.
Don't spoil
That's
it.
it.
Oh, Neil knows exactly what I'm talking about. I love it. Hostess Sponge Cake Spider-Man. Basically, this is a consequence of them using Spider-Man to sell Hostess brand stuff. Like basically, they have these like tie-in ads.
Oh man.
He is
no.
They actually made tie-in comics, and rather than using his normal spider powers to defeat people, he was very non-violent and just like defeated them with Hostess brand cake products.
Yep.
And
So,
he's part of the
so is this why Hostess Twinkies last a million years?
Yes.
They don't really. Come on.
They've never lasted long enough for anyone to know. Just buy them and eat them.
Yeah. So these things last how long? About that long.
All right. Hostess cupcakes or Hostess Twinkies?
Yes.
What do you think?
Why?
I think
choose-
If we only had
where do you-
if we only had to pick one of them,
Yeah.
I'm going cupcakes.
I picked the cupcakes. Yeah.
No doubt.
Same
I could
cupcakes.
smush up that cupcake into my dehydrated milk and make a special drink
Dehydrated.
at the end of days in my bunker.
Dehydrated milk with or without the water.
Just powder.
Just the powder crap. Yeah.
I can't waste the water, so I just pour it in my mouth and
Yeah. All right.
shake it around a bit.
Bought some
I'm
powdered
ashamed
water. I don't know.
I'm
what
ashamed to
add
admit that I have eaten powdered milk without the water. It's
Ugh.
actually pretty tasty, but
Isn't it like super flammable?
No.
Or no,
I
that's
don't
coffee.
know.
Oh,
I'm
you're
trying to
thinking of
light my
coffee
mouth
creamer.
on
You're thinking of
fire,
coffee
Mikey.
Yeah, coffee creamer. Powdered coffee creamer, highly flammable.
No, I never did that either. That sounds grim.
What the hell? Oh,
Hank
Yeah.
Hill?
yeah.
What the hell?
Hi.
What the hell?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm from Southern Canada.
It's Trudeau.
It's true.
I mean, as
Some
far as
kind.
like, what was it? Not longitude. As far as latitude, latitude is the up down, right? Okay, I can't remember.
Nope.
I can't
Yes.
remember.
Yes, latitude is like this.
Okay.
Longitude
Fine.
is this
Okay.
way.
So as far as
Latitude.
latitude is concerned, I'm
Latitude is this
probably-
way. Longitude is this way. Latitude is this way.
Long suspenders and a fat lat belt.
Yeah, latitude goes up and down.
might actually help me
that what
remember
it
it,
is?
believe it or
North
not.
or south.
No,
Anyway, so as far as latitude is concerned, I'm probably like I'm not the most southern point in Canada, but as far as the Canadians in here right now, yes, I am.
Mm.
Being in southern Ontario.
the horizontal lines on the nautical chart behind me are lines of latitude. The vertical lines are lines of longitude. Okay. Good with
The
that?
Ontario.
Yeah, the vertical
saying.
lines are longitude. Yes.
Ontario, north of New York.
And if you mix them up and you're in the middle of the Caribbean or Caribbean Sea, you're fucking lost.
43,
Mark, did you ever play steel drums, Mark?
Did I ever played the steel drums? No, never.
No. Okay.
It was never been part of like the salsa music. So
It's-
God damn it! I gotta play it again.
enough. It's lots of fun.
and now I got to play it again. Oh, that's
I kept it open.
You played it for her, you can play it for me.
I took a class
Play it.
in steel
Eat your cake
drum
out of me.
in college. I'm not a drummer at all, but I took one class in steel drum. it was
Oh,
really fun.
Mother.
Are they really made
Hang on
of
a
like
second.
wheelbarrows?
Yeah, they're really made. Well, I mean,
Kegs.
when they're professionally made, they're not so. But yeah, that's the idea. That's
That's
really
the
Cut a keg in half, pound out the middle. Good.
interesting.
What happened to Alma?
I kicked her out.
I'll have to go.
You did.
Yeah, she said it in the private chat.
Yeah.
She deleted
I
it.
said, Alma, if you don't get out of here right now, yelling and screaming like you do. And
She said, "Have a good night," which is a good thing to say.
Have a good
She
night.
said it out of fear.
Guys, I'm gonna
Good
go.
night.
All right, we'll see you later.
Okay.
Good night.
Bye.
Allison.
Bye. All right, good. Let's talk about that.
So speaking of mythological beings and such, are you guys familiar with the myth of Adapa or Adapa and the South Wind?
How do you spell it?
I'm not.
ADAPA.
Tell the story. Spill. Let's
Dapper
go.
and Abraham.
So
Let us know. Come on, let's do this.
yeah, so like well before Adam and Eve were a story, the Sumerians had their own
Oh.
shot at explaining how men lost their shot at immortality or didn't gain immortality. And one of those is the myth of Adapa, who was believed to be the very first man created in the Sumerian Babylonian myth. And as so, he was a very important man, and he became eventually the first king of the first village of the first city. So he was very important. And one of the things that he did on a daily basis, as you know, this important person, he would go out fishing. And so one day he was out fishing on the sea, and a south wind came that was very strong and capsized the ship.
No.
And, yeah, and so he survived, but you know he was very upset. And
It would be too.
My boat.
that's right. And so he cursed at the south wind, and in doing so, and because he was the first man who was gifted with lots of wisdom, it became an incantation or a spell of sorts, and it really did stop the south wind from blowing. And so then naturally the sky god, who in the pantheon of gods is, the top, he's at the very top of that. He takes notice and he's like, what's going on? What has caused a disruption in my creation? Blah, blah, blah. And so he summons Adapa. Meanwhile, another god responsible for creating men specifically, approaches Adapa and gives him a warning. And he's like, hey, you're about to be summoned by, our sky god, and he is very upset because you did this, blah, blah, blah. And he's
with
like,
his wind, man. That's his territory, man. He's mad,
that's right.
man.
You mess with the wind. And so he's like, whatever you do, don't eat of the bread and the water that he offers you. You can accept whatever other niceties he offers you because he's going to welcome you in heaven. But whatever you do, don't take the bread and the water. And so he goes out, he meets the god, and he like tells him the story, what happened. Eventually, the sky god takes pity on Adapa, and he realizes that one of his flaws was that even though he was already created with the knowledge of good and evil, yet he lacked immortality like the gods. And so he sort of like said, well, here's the bread of life and the water of life. Eat of it and you'll become immortal. And so at that moment, Adapa remembered the words of the other god who had kind of given him this advice, kind of playing the role of a snake. And he doesn't partake. So the god takes it as an insult, sends him back to earth. And that's how the Sumerians explain how man lost his shot at immortality.
Interesting.
That's fascinating. That's actually quite fascinating.
It's way better.
Interesting.
I know, right? That's the thing. Like some
Because
of these stories they just make much more sense, and they're more fascinating and profound.
Or maybe they're just new.
Well,
yeah.
Maybe they're shining to us, and maybe that's why we like them.
The thing that's fascinating to me about that is that in the story of the serpent in the Hebrew myth, it was the prohibition against the eating of the consuming the knowledge of good and evil, and in that story you just told, it was the refusal on the part of the man to accept the gift of the god, which I think is really it's a really interesting flip. That's an interesting flip that's got to change the way you look at
their approach is probably different. Like perhaps the people who believed this myth in the time, maybe they didn't see it as necessarily a negative thing, or maybe they were inconsistent about that. Because after all, he's basically receiving two conflicting commands. The one god, his creator, specifically, as you said, the god who created mankind, said, don't do this. Another god said, here, do this. And he chose to listen to his creator, and went along with him in abstaining. And I find that more interesting because, unlike, or not quite the same as the story of the serpent in the garden, where the amount of information that Adapa had there was a lot more incomplete than Adam and Eve's information. Now, their information was incomplete too, don't get me wrong, but it is a different dynamic. In the case of Adapa, there's a lot of consideration. So he has one god telling him to do one thing, one god telling him to not do the thing. So basically he's getting conflicting commands from gods. Okay, which god's good and evil? We don't know. It's not clear. Perhaps it's not evil. This is in a morally ambiguous situation kind of thing. He went up. So like the one situation is like he went up there, and God was mad at him, but then started to take pity on him. Well, maybe the God was maybe this God was like pretending to take pity on him and the eating of the bread and drinking of the water was a trick, and so he dodged a trick, so to speak, dodged some trickery. So that could be considered a positive situation. But on the other hand, perhaps his creator was being malicious and be like, yeah, I don't want my creation to become immortal or anything like that.
Right.
Better specifically prevent this. And notably, unless some of the stories are written differently, the God who told him not to partake didn't say what those things were for. He just said, don't drink any water or eat any bread. And then he gets there and he's like, this is the bread. Oh, yes. Sorry, go on, Mark.
And I missed to say that the reason why he should not eat of it is because you will surely die.
Wait.
Okay. So he
did.
Yeah, but it's a complete flip. It's a complete flip.
Yeah.
It's a complete flip of the Hebrew story.
And it's that
and the thing that I was trying to parse out. I'm sorry, but the thing I was trying to parse out is why the south wind. Because I was trying to parse out why the south wind in the land between the rivers, in Sumer, particularly basically southern Iraq. Why the south wind?
Africa.
Why did he?
Typical racism.
Yeah,
there's always something, some sort of polemic that's involved, for sure.
Because the reason I'm saying this is because in most northern hemisphere cultures and societies, the east wind is the wind that bodes ill, right? A west wind is usually a fair wind, and an east wind is usually storms come with an east wind.
Yeah,
I mean that's the way it is in North America. That's the way it is. That's the way it is off the North Sea in England. I'm trying to think culturally. But all of this stuff indicates to me that all of this stuff is like, well, the south wind. I wonder why that is in Sumer. And my immediate thought was, in the south wind in Europe is like the Mistral, right? In Greece and Italy, the south wind is the Mistral, which is hot as fuck and indicates drought. So why would you curse the south wind? Because of drought. And I'm just thinking. I'm trying to think. You put all of these all the stories into a cultural context, and they make sense. Why would people make these stories? Because just a thought.
In that Mesopotamian culture was one that was afflicted a lot by floods.
Oh,
so like
that's true too.
Yeah, so there's a lot of
they're in a flood
mythology that comes out there, which is kind of one of my criticisms against the Genesis story, in that I don't think Israel, the land of Israel, necessarily shares that also.
It doesn't.
I don't think it does. And so that shows to me a bit of borrowing, a little more borrowing than independent thought.
Oh, Mark,
there's a lot of borrowing.
Stealing, theft, larceny,
cultural appropriation.
Ladronas.
Religious appropriations, perhaps.
Yeah.
Sucia ladrona.
Yeah, and then the other one that I find really interesting too is in the Epic of Gilgamesh, is not that he's sort of tricked by the gods or he disobeys a command of Yahweh, but it's more of his Gilgamesh's, who's associated with kind of like that first man as well. He takes his time and he has a little doubt. And that doubt had consequences, because eventually what's interesting about him is he has a friend and they become best friends and whatever. He died. Huh?
Enkidu.
Enkidu, that's right. His friend Enkidu dies, and that really just messes him up and puts him on a journey to find out, okay, what is it about immortality? Because certainly I don't want this to happen again. I'm just kind of paraphrasing, but he eventually goes out and he finds that first Noah character. His name is Athrahasis, and he asked him because it was known that he was immortal. And so he asked him, hey, how did you gain immortality? And he's like, I don't know. I just survived the flood. And the gods took pity on me. And I made this sacrifice. And so I got it. But what do I know? And then, it's like, but wait, I've heard of this plant. And I'll lead you there. Yeah. And so he goes out and he finds this algae and whatnot. And he's got to eat of it. And that's how he gains immortality. Well, he second guesses the whole thing and puts it in his backpack and whatnot. He goes out and he lays to rest. He takes a dive in a lake and then he takes a nap. Meanwhile, guess what? A snake comes out from the bushes.
Goddamn snake bush.
And snatches the fruit of immortality from Gilgamesh. And that's how he lost his chance at immortality. And therefore, we all have to die.
Like there was that one time, like I won the lottery and then I washed the ticket in my jeans. The egg on my face.
Yeah.
I hate it when that happens.
I almost had a $1 trillion, but I had to wash. I had to wash those jeans because everybody washes their jeans after they wear them, right? Like we all wear jeans like 2 or 3 times.
Every time.
Like I'm not washing jeans every fucking wear.
Yeah. If you wrote all of that down in cuneiform and aged it a little bit, polished it up a little bit, and then sent it to Can Ham, you might. There's that $1 million right there for you. All you need is a little bit
to
of
reference Jesus somehow.
Yeah.
I just want to point out real quick here. I finished building my little Lego set here with the Jawas.
Yay! Let's go. Let's see.
Hang on.
Full screen. Lego.
They do the they let you know.
Boo, Sabrina, boo.
Oh yeah.
The gun there, and they say, "Don't do this." So
Yeah,
listen up,
don't do
Americans. Don't
What is
shoot
that?
people.
Wait, there's
Okay.
guns.
Yeah. What?
Guns
The
that
little
shoot?
Jawa dudes. Yes.
Shoots a
The
little.
gun shoots.
Yeah. Watch. Oh wait. There you go. See. Oh, no
So
wonder they give you a whole bunch of them.
I was about to say, so that's gone. I was like, so that's gone forever. Like that,
No, it's
you'll
right
never
here.
find that again. That's gone into the carpet.
I just found it. It's here. Put it back.
That belongs to the carpet gremlins now.
There's no carpet in here. It's hardwood.
Giggity.
Probably why you're able to find it.
Hardwood. Yeah. So
Stop arousing your floor.
little Jawas in here. Put them on the little machine here. That you got little.
Oh, the little skiff.
Yeah.
Got a
And it
cherry
picks up-
picker.
Picks up the droids like this.
Cherry picker.
Hang on. Fuck, it's not working. Can't do this with one hand. Yeah. There you go. Picks up the little droids and you can spin them around like that. See, there you go.
Was it?
Because Lego fucking rules, and it's got little tools on it. Whoopsie daisy.
Is everybody? Is everybody like generally Star Wars proficient? Like, so can I say that I kind of thought it was sweet in some of the modern stuff.
This guy too.
They kind of really expose like the backup characters because those guys were they never spoke, so they never had lines. You know what I mean? They were never characters. But then in like Mandalorian and Boba Fett and all that stuff, they kind of flesh out these guys and like they have their own little societies. And I'm just glad Lucas had nothing to do with it.
He already. It's already known that they have their own little societies.
Right, but George Lucas wasn't in charge of it, so the trade federation didn't have slanted eyes and Japanese accents. You know what I mean? I'm glad somebody with actually a bone of empathy in their body was in charge of introducing new cultures, as opposed to runaway slave Jar Jar Binks, George Lucas.
Yeah. Yeah.
The prequels were pretty racist, Neil. Like, it's bad. I like them, and I just like to pretend that they weren't so bad. It's rough. Watto? Are you kidding? Watto?
He's a little
I know,
Jewish.
I know,
Oh,
I
my
know.
goodness.
I cracked up when I saw him for the first time.
You're gonna know ya. I was like,
Hell yeah.
I was in
I
a
know.
Ooh.
Just waiting for him to be like,
Yeah. Or he's got a little hologram on the back of his head. I'm like, damn, George.
Yeah.
He's gonna come out. And the Trade Federation was so clearly like,
oh, I know.
like
When I first saw it, I was
Japanese
like,
face.
holy shit.
Like, that's bad.
Yes.
Luckily,
So wait,
luckily
hold
they
on.
forgot about us.
Was that even seen, at least by some people, seen as bad at the time? Because of course, okay.
Yeah.
So people like, at least generally, people understood it was kind of shitty even at the time.
Jar Jar too.
Yeah, but they kept up with the character. For all three movies, they were the same. Like, nobody seemed to care enough to change it.
Oh, I'm not.
Well, it's too
I'm
late
not
now,
surprised
it's
about
canon.
that. Realization and the care to actually do something about it are two different things. I'm just.
Fair.
I was.
You know, I'm glad that the Star Wars community does act quickly. You know, like when Finn was going to have a lightsaber and be cool, and then they fucking complained him right out of the Star Wars series. And I was like, damn, bro, Finn just had to, I don't know, flirt with the Asian chick. That's the only thing he could do in the rest of the movie because the internet got so mad about him picking
Finn
up
was a
lightsaber.
lost opportunity.
He was going to be so cool. I was so excited for him. And then, like, they just, never mind. Cancel culture is not real.
I thought
I don't think it was
he
just.
was going to be a Jedi.
I think as a combination, cancel culture is probably the scapegoat in this particular situation. Don't get me wrong; people definitely did complain about Finn, and unjustly, but I suspect there were probably other forces at play too.
No, it was people complaining on the internet about the black kid being a Jedi, and he shouldn't be able to do that
Shouldn't be able to. Why?
because they don't want him to do it, so he shouldn't do it.
I guess same thing with people who bitched about Miles Morales.
Yeah,
bring it back to the Spider-Man thing, and I'm just like, this is probably some of the best Spider-Man stories I've read in a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
it got me to watch all the Tom Holland movies. I wouldn't have watched it unless I watched Into the Spider-Verse. The Tom Holland movies?
No, I said people are fucking stupid.
I thought you said those were fucking stupid. I was like, you didn't like the Tom Holland
ones
Spider-Mans?
Yeah,
those are pretty fucking...
I love those ones.
Even if you don't like superheroes, they're pretty good movies.
I like
They kind of
individuals, but people
blew
suck.
Mysterio a bit, but I'm interested to see what they're going to do with Kraven the Hunter.
I
Also,
don't even
we're
know
talking
most
about-
people.
Since we're talking about Spider-Man, so I'm going to presume at least the people here who care have seen the recent animated movies, including the most
Nope.
recent
I have
one.
not.
I didn't
I've
see the
seen
most recent
Into
one.
the Spider-Verse. I have not seen the new one yet.
What's the new one called?
Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Okay. New rule. You know what? God damn it! I'm fucking taking over here.
Okay.
Stop naming shit almost the same fucking name.
Yeah, it's
I'm
a little. that was a
fucking
little
getting
too close.
older, and this shit ain't getting easier.
Yeah, the last one is going to be Beyond the Spider-Verse. Like you walk off.
I don't have to fucking take it.
He's done.
So close to home, No Way Home, and
Here's the
somebody
thing.
blew up my home. That doesn't count either. or-
Yeah, I can definitely tell that they planned the 3 titles like from the beginning to be that. So you can't just like take the first one and be like, okay, let's actually make the sequel something different. But I'm totally with Mikey insofar as they shouldn't have used those 3 names. They should have been a bit better with that.
Batman started it when you got the Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of
Yeah, no, I hated that too. But again, different companies. That we're talking.
yeah.
We're talking
Marvel too.
Sony, Sony specifically in this case.
Yeah.
versus DC, and then like MCU stuff is his own beast
Dark
as well.
Knight Sleep.
Uh,
Ben, I just want to say real quick, Ben, your new avatar, your new picture that you've been using,
Oh yeah.
is badass.
I think it
You look
well,
like you
yeah.
belong on like a TV show almost.
That was kind of what I thought when I was making. I was like, I need to make one that has my picture on it because then people will for sure know it's me.
Yeah.
When I found that background, I was like, the background with the picture totally looks like a Grey's Anatomy poster, and so I was like, it's cheesy, and we're gonna go with it because why not?
It's fucking
why
awesome.
Not be cheesy? Yeah.
Yeah. Cheesy is the new hip thing. So there you go.
Anyone a
Yes,
friend
I
of anyone a fan of Game of Thrones here?
Yeah, I like it.
So, Mikey, did you walk off the camera so you could go scream for a few minutes and come back?
Yes, screaming. That's what I was doing. Let me put my lighter back down. Yeah, I scream with my lighter. Mark, Mark, since you're a music guy, have you seen like the Fender Game of Thrones super mashup intro song?
No,
Now that song stuck
Oh,
in my
some
fucking
kind of
head.
instrumental.
Oh, we about to be best friends. You're gonna love me forever.
I'm gonna look it up.
I'm gonna grab you the link real quick.
It's by the guitar maker Fender.
Yeah, they sponsored, like they made everybody guitars. Here, I got it here. Oh, what the? I don't want to go to Fender's channel. Got you, dog. It's in the private chat, and I will put it in the main chat. But you guys have to promise to watch it later.
Don't watch
it. Don't leave, or have it in the background, maybe.
Nice.
I'll just open it up, and then when we're done with this, I'll go watch it.
So who's in here? Dan Weiss, the creator of the show. Tom Morello, you guys might have heard of him. Scotty of Anthrax. Nuno Betancourt from Extreme.
Holy shit.
Brad Paisley, and the Game of Thrones composer Ramin Djawadi. Yeah, so they're all playing custom Fenders, playing the fucking Game of Thrones theme song, and it's sick. It's 7 minutes of the same fucking riff, but God, it sounds good. You gotta like good stuff to know what you're getting there.
Oh
But
wow!
it's
So like
amazing.
each guitar is for like each house.
Yes,
Yeah, really.
it's so amazing.
We don't talk
I'm
about
a huge
season
fan.
8.
I was a little
wrong?
disappointed.
There is
about
no
that.
season 8. They never came out with that.
What's wrong with season? Okay, why?
Sorry,
I never read the books. Why is it so bad that the show is what the show is? Because if you never read the books, the show seems fine to me.
So, one answer I'll give you. I have not read the books. I have not read the books, and I hated how it ended.
It was
And
fun.
The reason why I disliked how it ended was
Spoiler alert.
I'm not going to give details actually. For the point I'm making.
If you
I'm not
haven't
gonna
seen
give
a
details.
show that ended 10 years ago, it's kind of on you at this. Like if someone spoils fucking I Love Lucy, like you're gonna have to give it up.
Or
I'm
the Bob
determined to
Newhart
spoil
show,
I Love
right?
Lucy now for somebody. I'm gonna make this happen.
How can you spoil I Love Lucy? It's like,
Anyway,
really?
in brief,
Wait, they don't all become Seinfeld at the end? Oh, now you tell me.
in brief, what happened? It actually wasn't the final season. The problems actually started cropping up before the final season, but not a lot of them were necessary. Like I only know this, like looking back, I did not notice at the time. But
Okay,
anyway,
come on. Enough prologue. Get to the
I know,
gripes.
I'm gonna
so I
get to
can
the
argue.
point.
Get to the point so I can argue with you already. All right, let's get this over with. I don't want to dance. I want
When they were writing it, they because of how interconnected and like complex all the circumstances are, a lot of things that would happen later would have been, in a sense, foretold by things that happen sooner. Like basically, you were seeing the gears moving, and after a certain point, people were like starting.
I smoke. Hey,
what was going to happen?
Sabrina,
Okay.
new rules of this debate. Take into account I just smoked. I'm gonna need you to put this on a bumper sticker. What is your complaint with the show? And tell me quickly. Not all this grand arc.
Give me a moment. Give me a moment. I'll be quick. I can make it quick.
Bad, you should be able to say,
moment.
I'm stalling for you. I'm vamping. So if it's bad, like, such and such should have been tall instead of short, or short instead of tall. Like if there's like an obvious, like there actually wasn't dragons. Like that would be something I could see you saying, oh, that what? You can't put that in the show. That's bullshit. This show's fun. There's ice.
They changed how things were going to work out because people guessed what was going to happen, and they thought making things a twist was more important than making the actions and consequences realistic, or not realistic, sensible.
Here's the thing. It's all made up anyway, and that'll teach you assholes to stop fucking influencing people making shows. Lesson learned. Leave them alone. Let them create.
Well,
with that, it's all made up anyway. I think that's
they allowed themselves to be influenced. They paid too much attention to the people basically figuring out what they had planned, and they're like, no, but we have to surprise them. So they changed what they were doing.
Remember what happened?
It's not on the fans. I don't care. Like you can call them somewhat culpable, but like people are going to think about things and give their theories as to what's going on. That's natural. It's on the showrunners to basically keep their egos in check and not be stupid with it. And they were stupid with it.
Wait, whoa. Do you think that this line of argumentation was brooded about by the ancient Hebrew scribes when they wrote all the bullshit down? It's like when it's all made up anyway. It's like, well, I'm a little upset with the way Job ended. That doesn't work out that well. And I thought the story was a great story up until the point where blah 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 blah. It's like, it's all made up anyway.
I'm of the opinion.
It's like the rest. Okay, Job is written, and the rest of the Bible is fanfic. I like it. I like that. I like that take.
I'm of the opinion that the only way to make this right is for them to make new shows for each one of the Stark children. Jon Snow, I want him to have a show. Grey Worm needs a show. A couple of the dragons. I'd like a dragon show.
I damn right.
No talking. Just the dragon interacting, eating, hunting.
No, but can we do a crossover with Shrek though?
Yeah.
God damn it! I knew
there can always be a crossover with Shrek because Shrek is the answer to everything.
Not a day of my life.
I love Shrek.
In my life,
we're going to reveal that Khaleesi's dragons are actually relatives of
Donkeys, baby.
Yes. I love this.
Rose.
This is perfect.
You just
brilliant.
Just curse.
It's the House of Shrek.
Oh, okay. So
it is indeed the House of Shrek. Yeah.
So I have some lore now with my weird Discord community about Shrek, and like everything is Shrek now. Shrek everything. But I want to
hey,
do,
Shrek you.
I want to do a D&D one shot. Where just like it's a Shrek spinoff, and like the big bad evil guy are like the little wooden
spoiler alert
like puppets and in the in like the song
I'm not playing
in the city. The ones that sing like the stupid song, but they're actually the like
wash your
big bad guys. Yeah, those guys.
Yeah, there we go. Oh my gosh.
They're actually like the overlords, and
then you're terrifying. You're lucky you're handsome.
That's the idea. Ben is a member of the United States Army. The whole idea of which is to be terrifying. So
So we have like this office with a bunch of cubicles for the resident physicians, and mine is right next to a couple other people's. And I initially I kind of felt guilty the first time I mentioned this idea because I was like, I didn't know who I was next to. I was like, it'd be funny if I put a long Furby at my desk and then people just like didn't want to come talk to me at work because I had a long Furby. And then I found out who was next to me. And this guy is like also like pretty equally trolly. And I was like, now I have to do it because like if I'm like, I felt bad until I found out I was next to this guy. And I was like, now it's going to happen. And I'm going to put it, there's like a little window at the top of the cubicle where you can like see
Oh,
the next
no.
one. I'm going to put the long Furby right there so
yeah.
it's just staring at him. And he's like, that's fine, but I'm going to get a picture of Chucky and put it in your direction.
Just long Furby, just like, hey,
Wait, does he hang out in
working?
HR streams as well?
No,
You
he
working?
didn't know anything about that, but he just
About-
mentioned
okay.
Chucky, and I was like, "That's great." I also found I found a like a pencil holder. It can only hold one pencil, but it's Doodle Bob doing like the like where he holds the pencil. I'm gonna get a Doodle Bob pencil holder for my desk.
Doodle Bob actually is kind of scary.
I would like to introduce a new scientific theory to the world.
Awesome. Let's go.
Hold
Do
it.
it.
Is it about Doodle Bob?
Hypothesis that can
Thank
be
you,
added
Neil.
to a theory.
No, it's already a theory at this point. It
This
is, like,
will be
so
a new
factually
law.
correct.
This
It
will
is
be a
so
new
factually
law
of
correct
nature.
that this is.
Laws aren't even
bold
as high as
claims.
theories.
I'm promoting a new law of nature.
Okay.
Is it about Shrek or
Propounding.
Long Furbies or Chucky or Doodle Bob? Which of the above inspired you to say this?
Shrek is a virus. As soon as you said that word, I can't stop thinking of fucking quotes from the fucking movie.
I
Shrek
love
is a
Shrek.
virus. The word Shrek spawns this, like if you have like any kind of ADD, the word Shrek will just like cataclysmically, exponentially spiral into memories of the movie until you're watching the entire movie in your head, and you're so glad that someone just said another line, which sends you into another spiral.
Not
It's
the
a virus.
gumdrop buttons.
Yeah, you monster.
Hey, maybe that's what the New Testament gospel authors had. They had their own Shrek Jesus virus.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, the
it's
Jesus
literally a
I feel like
virus.
I've heard. I feel like that's a thing that I've.
You
heard
know,
of
the
before.
Bible would be better if it was just replaced by
I feel
the
like
Shrek
Ben.
movie.
Yeah.
I feel like Ben. I feel
By
like
Shrek, generally.
By
Ben,
anything.
I feel like Ben sneezed in my face, and a little Shrek flew out and hit me in the face, and I breathed it in, and then I couldn't get it out of my system, and now I'm talking about it, and now you all have Shreks in your head, and it's gonna spread now, and I'm sorry.
Shrek you.
I'm not sorry.
You have
I'm
just
not
now
sorry.
proven
Shrek is
that
great.
free will does not exist.
Literally, there's just Shrek.
There's
there is
no
no
free
free
will. that on
will,
us.
just
No, there's
Shrek.
there's
Oh,
no
no.
free will because if there was
Oh,
free will, then why
no.
would you make
Oh, no.
Obviously,
Oh,
you
no.
wouldn't make it.
Are we talking libertarian
Mikey?
free will?
Mikey, the
or
worst thing
blah,
is,
blah, blah, blah?
This virus you
Let's
talk about can also mutate as it passes on. So after Ben brought it up, I think I was only suffering from base Shrek. But then after it went to you,
And this is
then
how
you
we
started
get a
spreading
Shrek,
it,
a
it's in
Shrek
sense
the third,
mutated,
and
now
whatever
I'm
the
no longer.
fourth one
Hold on,
is.
let me finish the thought. I'm no longer thinking of just Shrek. Now I'm thinking specifically of that side meme, the Shrek is love, Shrek is life bit. If you know, you know. If you don't hurt yourself.
No, but that's how we got Shrek the third.
Yes, Neil.
Yes, Neil.
It is.
I have one question.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Is there any Shrek Lego?
Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There needs
No,
to
there's
Say this
not.
without even looking.
What?
There isn't any. There is no Shrek Lego.
Lego is the great
No
equalizer.
shit.
Lego is the
No
great
shit.
equalizer. Lego holds Shrek back from taking over the entire Earth. Lego is
You
the dam
haven't
that
quite
we
made
need
it
to be.
until you're Lego.
No
There is
shit.
no Lego
Really?
Shrek.
There's no shit Shrek
Is-
Lego? Holy
Is
No
Shrek
Shrek Lego.
is Shrek Disney or is Shrek
Yeah.
DreamWorks?
DreamWorks.
Shrek is
DreamWorks.
DreamWorks.
Ah, maybe therein
I
lies the rub.
think
Are there any
because I've
DreamWorks Lego?
seen, yes, Minions, But they're not Lego though. They're a knockoff Mega Blocks.
So no.
So DreamWorks is
So-
just kind of blocking the Danes from.
Like Halo
Yeah.
is also on the
Yeah.
knockoff blocks.
Can I say something real quick?
Pokemon is also on the knockoff blocks.
No,
Real
but yes,
Tim-
I'm sorry. You're the
Tim-
producer.
Tim-
Of course you
Tim-
can.
Tim Bristol, he did his deconversion maybe like 2 or 3 months ago. We co-host a couple of shows over on my network, the Bin Podcast, and he got me a Halo Master Chief riding like the 4-wheeler, the Mongoose. He bought me that for my birthday last year. My birthday's coming up, and I just thought about it, and then he said, "Man, you know, it went to my old apartment, and then I asked the apartment complex to check in with the people, like if they got something that didn't belong to them, and they fucking wouldn't respond to me. Like I kept asking them over and over again because I didn't want to just go up there and knock on the people's door. I'm not trying to get shot in the face. So I was like, can you just inquire for me so I don't have? And they never got back. So some asshole at my old apartment has my fucking Master Chief sitting on his fucking mantle, probably cool as shit. Fuck that guy. Hey, if you're watching this, you motherfucker, you're a piece of
That's
shit.
gonna happen.
I hope you are watching this. That was my birthday
Probably
present.
not, because he's probably sitting there going, "Wow, God redirected this mail to me."
A gift from the heavens. I prayed for this.
You know, interesting,
God.
Mikey. I had a similar situation. Didn't turn out negatively like yours did, but I had a similar situation.
Oh, you got somebody
where-
else's Master
No,
Chief on a
no.
fucking 4-wheeler?
I didn't have somebody
That's what
else's
I'm
thing.
saying?
Something that was supposed to be for me went to an old address, but we were still in contact with
Anthrax.
who were our former next door neighbors. So like they would have been next door to this current place. And after I realized that the thing I had ordered went to the old address, something I kickstarted. So like it was like from 4 years prior, which is why I went to an old address. We called them up. I'm like, hey, so
Hey,
I had ordered something, and I think it went to the old address. Like, would you mind checking in with the with your new neighbors, or new-ish? They'd been there for like a year.
Yeah.
And yeah, they had it. They just had it sitting somewhere, like they had the box sitting somewhere because they didn't know what to do with it. I'm like, like you can return it. Like, there's a lot of options you have.
yeah.
Yeah,
But, like,
usually I
they
throw
just sort of just
usually
like
I throw that shit away.
Where?
I throw other people's mail away.
That's terrible.
This is a
I'm
big
sorry.
package.
I just put
This
that
is a
shit right in the garbage. I'm doing you a favor. You don't want this bill.
You're a horrible. Oh, Bill, maybe.
You don't want that bill. Let me help you out.
You don't want that. You don't want that.
Clearly,
You don't need
clearly
that.
you ain't paid this motherfucker since it's the 3rd year that it's been coming to this house, and you ain't been here. So let me just go ahead and put that. Let me file that away for you.
Put that.
Yeah, they don't know where you actually
File-
are, so
file
if,
this
if I don't have to sue,
carefully.
they're not going to know.
No, I'm saying like they haven't been paying the same bill for 3 years. So it's like, just at this point, let me help you out. You're clearly not going to pay that motherfucker.
Okay, motherfuckers, I gotta end this.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
I
locked
gotta go to
this
late.
bed.
fucking thing.
It is so fucking hot here that I have not had much luck sleeping very well at night.
You
so
are getting so
what-
hot.
how-
you
how
cannot
hot
get
is it there
no
now?
sleep.
now, well, it's
Oh.
probably cooled down another degree.
Which is,
In Fahrenheit,
Nope.
please.
It has gone down
No.
1 degree.
and it is at current.
Hang on. It is now 81 degrees Fahrenheit here right now.
That's fucking hot
That's
for this. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
for this
fucking
time of day, it's
Hold on.
8 o'clock at evening now, and it's
Oh.
still fucking 81
It was
degrees.
about. It was about
And
81.
90.
To be fair, it was about 81 degrees here.
It's 90 where I'm.
That's hot. That's like
Yeah.
27 C.
I got 72.
Damn it.
So
I knew
I'm
I
got
you're
you.
about 10 degrees warmer. But we have air,
got
dude.
fucking-
You don't got central air?
I got a little guy right here, and I got a big ass fan, but it's
See, this
by
is
the
the thing.
time
So,
that shit hits me, it's already
News-
been heated up.
Warm again.
newsflash to every other country that makes fun of America. Let me tell you something. We may be
Hey.
dumb and dangerous and probably
Yeah.
a bit xenophobic, but there's one
Yeah.
thing that
Probably.
there's one thing that every country envies of us. Our fucking AC
Which is?
systems. We don't like being sweaty. All right? And we have put our best scientific minds behind it.
Unless it's
We don't-
unless it's in a Texas
People-
prison, in which case who gives a fuck?
Well, they don't feel like there's people in there. There's just criminals in there.
That is a problem. Yes, that is.
If they treated them like humans, they wouldn't do that to them.
I'll tell you what. I grew up with like the AC unit on the window thing, and it was the best thing ever, man.
That dude, I don't know
So
what.
cold.
Maybe it's because we have the right amount of not enough regulations in our AC department. Our cars, our homes, everything is sealed to make you like a fucking refrigerator, and it is the way of life for us, and we're used to it, and we don't sweat in the house. Not no more.
Mikey,
Those days are gone.
Mikey,
So
Mikey. Neil's trying to leave. Neil's trying to leave.
it's 27 outside, but in here in my room, this is what it is.
That's because of you, big guy.
Oh fuck, mate!
That's because
Oh,
that's because of you, big guy.
no,
You
no,
won.
no. That's
What is that in
not-
Fahrenheit?
That's
But
in Fahrenheit.
no.
That's
I'm on it.
90 something.
I'm on it.
Sure.
Yeah, that's hot.
Gross.
Yeah,
Mark's
that's,
got-
that's like 85 Fahrenheit.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not fun. It's not fun.
It's
That's not-
84.9. Stop exaggerating.
9.2.
Just exaggerated
Mikey.
85. Well,
Mikey, Neil needs to pretend to sleep in horrific barbaric.
Need to lay in my bed and sweat. That's basically
There you
what
go.
would happen.
Yeah.
Have fun, Neil. It'll be great.
Well, I have a special layered sheet underneath for just that sort of thing. Yeah. Anyway,
look, cooling
again,
sheets.
yeah, the cooling sheets, the cool gel pillows. They don't fucking work. Anyways,
Are they
Uh,
are they my pillow or whatever the fuck I got?
no,
Gross.
fuck no.
I wouldn't give
I
that guy
never liked
fucking.
those from the get go. I thought they were a fucking joke. From the Anyway, Mark, thanks again. I've already
Hey,
sent
dude.
out a thank you tweet. I've taken a photo of it because you're not on Twitter, so you won't see the
I'm
thank you
on-
tweet.
I'm on the other one.
Yeah,
Which other one?
That's-
Where are you?
he's on Shitbook, and I've got the link to it in the description
Okay.
box of the
All
interview,
right.
so you can check it there. And plus, the 3 YouTube channels that Mark is involved in are also linked there as well.
Yeah,
So,
thank you. Please subscribe. I really could use the subs.
Already did.
No, it's been challenging.
Now,
I hear you, dude.
if you missed
Coming
the
up,
interview,
man.
there's a link to that also below, and you can go back and check it out. We had a pretty good time with Mark, so I recommend you checking it out. It's a pretty interesting story. Also, thanks you guys out there in the chat over on Twitch and YouTube here. Always appreciate you guys hanging out and supporting the channel. And speaking of supporting the channel, thanks to all our patrons and our members. It's awesome that you guys are able to do what you do to help out the show. You're champions, that's for sure. And anyways, I got to go to bed because I'm fucking tired. As you can probably tell, I've been yawning throughout the whole evening. So did not get much sleep. Yeah, it was no reflection on the company that I was keeping tonight. It's just I'm tired as hell. It's been all going, and I've got a busy
Probably
day
have like a
tomorrow, too.
4-month-old. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I have a 4-month-old bag of garbage in here. Does that count?
Oh man, that's
I'm
your
kidding.
problem.
I'm kidding.
right there. That's
I'm
not the
kidding.
fucking
I'm
temperature.
Kidding.
Some people like to watch the world burn.
Yeah, I going to see the comedian Brad Williams tomorrow, and with a buddy of mine, and Saturday I got the fucking football game, so there's no show Saturday, guys. Also, on Tuesday I will be on Deep Drinks with David, so we won't see us back
Hell yeah.
until the 27th, I believe. The last couple of shows for the July will be Dr. Tapioca Weasel and Ms. Parker.
Neil.
closing out the month on 29th.
Remind me if I don't do it. Text me tomorrow. We're gonna get a Google Calendar set up so that people know who's coming up. Because Ali asks me about 65 times a week who's on the show
Why doesn't he
Tuesday.
ask me?
Because he's
Everybody
Ali,
text
dude.
Mikey. Everybody
Everyone
text
always
Mikey all the
asks
time.
me
Like constantly.
who's on this
I
day.
need everybody. We're gonna make a
Who's
Google
on
Calendar.
January 47th of negative 47.
January
And I'm like,
47th.
what the fuck? I
So
don't
what we're all
know.
gonna do? So I need everybody. I need everybody that has some kind of contact info for Mikey. We're gonna make our own Google Calendar, and we're gonna schedule out who's gonna message Mikey at like every 10-minute interval.
All of us. All of us. Right?
We're
All
gonna
of
message
us.
Mikey, and so we're gonna take turns, and so you gotta be on your shift at the right time. So
Where's
that
the-
it's
Yeah.
one person
Where is
every
it? Where?
10
Oh,
This
And
is a
we're
conspiracy,
back.
Big Brother.
Oh my- and we
That
have
was-
lost communicate. Ben, we can't.
no,
hear-
we're still live.
Anti-free
Ben, we can't
speech.
hear- Ben, we can't. We lost Ben's mic.
Anti-free speech.
Oh my God.
Speech.
We are still live, it says here. It's like, so-
We're still live.
Yes,
That was
we are
the-
still live.
All right. Okay.
Thanks, everybody. And like I always say at the end of the after
That's
party, it's like
freak
the
out.
late great Carl Sagan once said, extraordinary claims require more sleep. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.